talk about properties of logarithms. Now let's remember, log base b of a equals n means b is the base, n is the exponent, and what we're trying to get to is the argument. So if we were trying to find these, 2 to what power gives me 16? 2 to what power gives me 32? Now, my calculator does allow you to do this directly. If I press the log button, it automatically does a base 10 because that's what it defaults to. But I can change that to be any base I want and then type in the argument in the parentheses. Now, other calculators do not have that capability. So there's something called a change of base formula. And the way we do it is, let's see if we know what this one would be. 4 to what power is 64? So I'm going to do it using my cheat on my calculator. Log base 4 of 64 is 3. The change of base formula says if I'm on an old-fashioned calculator that just has the log button, I could do log of 64 divided by log of 4. And it gives me the same number. So this is just if you were using like a scientific calculator or an older model calculator. So to type this in, you would do log of 2048 divided by log of 2. And it would give you the same thing as if you've had a calculator that had the capability. Now there's some rules for logarithms, some properties. The first property is if I'm adding two logarithms, I can combine them or condense them into one logarithm by multiplying the arguments. And if you want to see an exploration on this, there is one video that's the intro to properties. So subtraction turns into division. A number in front turns into an exponent. So if I have log base 4 of 2 plus log base 4 of 32, I could combine them by multiplying the arguments. So 2 times 32 is 64. And now that's something I can figure out, because 4 to what power is 64? 3. A number in front becomes an exponent. So this comes up and becomes an exponent. And now I have log base 3 of x squared plus log base 3 of y. These two are being added, so I can condense them using multiplication. This next one, I have a log minus a log. Log minus a log condenses. Now, when they condense, they have the same base as what I started with. Since it's subtraction, it condenses using division. And we don't actually have to divide, we can leave it just like that. Numbers in front become exponents. So this would be log of x to the 1/2. Oh, wait, isn't that the square root of x? I think it is. And then this would be x minus 1 to the 4th. These are being added, so when I combine them, they'll be multiplied. So I'd have the square root of x times x minus 1 to the 4th. Numbers in front become exponents. Well, x to the 1/2 would be the square root of x. Now, each of these are being subtracted. So when I condense, anything that's being subtracted ends up being divided. I'm going to make my ln cursive. So square root of x plus, so that means we multiply y cubed. I'm going to be dividing by 4 and by z, so they both go in the denominator. Try this one, and then check your answer. Now, that's condensing. Another skill we have to have is expanding. That just means going backwards. So if these two things are being multiplied, to expand them, I would separate them into two logarithms that are being added. This one, they're being multiplied, so when I separate them, I would be adding. Now this exponent could actually move in the front, and log 10, I actually know what that is. 10 to what power gives me 10? A 1. Log base 7 of 49, and this is in the denominator, so it's being subtracted. The 2 can go in front, and I happen to know what that is. 7 to what power is 49? That's a 2. ln of e to the third minus ln of 7. Oh, wait, that's base e. E to what power is e to the third? That's just a 3. Now be careful on ones like this one. The 5 is out there, so that could be one of two things. You could either think of it as bring down the 5, and I have log of 4x, and that would give me 5 of log of 4 plus log of x, which would give me 5 log 4 plus 5 log x. You'd have to be really careful because of the parentheses. These are being multiplied, so that we're going to add. Exponents go in front. Now, square root was 1/2. Try these last two, and I'm just going to put the answers up. And if you need help with this, please let me know.